I'm so excited. I'm here with Suzanne Giesman, and we are going to talk all about Wolf's Message. And first of all, it won a big award.
It did. It did. The Director's Choice Award. We were blown away and humbled at the same time.
I want to say, as someone who read your book and saw the film, I don't say mind blown because no one wants their mind blown. I say mind blown.
Oh, I like that because I watched this certain point and I turned to the director beside me and I said, now their minds are blown. you know?
That's
Yeah,
awesome. It
yeah,
was
yeah.
just, I mean, so can we talk about the process of creating the story, the book, into the film and what that was like for you?
You'll really want to talk to Jim Spruill, our director, about his process. But for me, it was telling Jim this really needs to be accurate. It needs to be true to Wolf and to the way things actually unfolded. And we got to include this wow and that wow because the wows are the evidence that Wolf left and the way he came back through me with evidence that you can't deny comes from the soul level beyond this earthly realm. And then I said to Jim, please, this has to have something that people can take with them. It has to have the lessons, the messages that Wolf came back to share with all of us, which became my teaching, The Awakened Way. So I said, somehow you have to make it interesting for me to enumerate these spiritual teachings, and he did it in such a great way. It's like you and I were talking, it's not just a bunch of talking heads, it's a mystery that's unfolding.
It's like breadcrumbs that you like put this treasure map together, and at the end, we're like, what? Can you give just a brief synopsis about the film and what it's about, the premise?
Yes, it's the true story of Michael Wolf Passakarnis, who left profound evidence that he knew he was going to be struck and killed by lightning, just like my stepdaughter did. But he left a poem and a drawing that showed where he would be struck and what would happen at that site afterwards. It's in the drawing and it's in the words of the poem. But that's just the biggest wows of all. There is so much what I call there are no other explanation moments throughout this film. But Jim also backed up and told my background of being a Navy commander serving at the highest levels of the U.S. military as aide to the chairman of the Joint Chiefs of Staff, who, because of my stepdaughter's death by lightning strike, went down this spiritual and metaphysical path that I never expected. So I know that that was part of a spiritual plan so that people wouldn't just immediately dismiss us when we talk about the paranormal and the afterlife and metaphysics, because this is so much more than woo-woo stuff. This is consciousness itself. This is who we are. This is what connects us. This is life-changing stuff. And the film is a beautiful way to help people who are new to this pay attention and want to know more.
Beautifully said. Something you share in the film and the book is all of these messages that I think 46 of them that Wolf gave you in the middle of the night.
That was just one drop-in visit. 46 pieces of information about himself that he just shared with me after waking me up. And I had to ask, who are you? But then when I did an actual session for his parents 2 days later, we got pages of information from him that they were able to validate, but not all of it. We had an afterlife researcher at the University of Arizona, Dr. Gary Schwartz, score each line item of evidence that his parents were able to validate, his dad and his stepmom, Mike and Beth. But there was about 13%, it was very specific, that nobody could understand. How could these very unusual pieces of evidence be accurate, but what is all this? So the detective story is, as little by little, Wolf led me to each of those pieces, and it comes together in this message for all of humanity.
It's amazing. I don't want to give it away. There were a couple of them that just, again, mind glowing. Absolutely.
Mind
Mind
glowing.
glowing.
Remember that.
Mind glowing. So I'm curious, did you have any connection with Wolf during the making of this film? Did you feel him come through at all?
Several times, and I tell people he doesn't come to me all the time anymore. He's working with his dad, which is beautiful, showing what I tell people, that we all can learn to connect with our own loved ones. In that initial reading for Mike and Beth, Wolf had me show Mike how to receive messages just like I do, and he's been doing it very well. But I just felt Wolf the day of the showing yesterday and during it. So at very special times I feel him And he comes to those who read the book, Wolf's Message. And so now people who see the film, they better buckle their seatbelts.
I'm just going to say, after reading the book, I started seeing wolves everywhere. And when we were in the film, my phone, which it was on silent, and 2 alarms went off. And it was like, I just felt that
You.
that was me. Oops. No, but it was on silent. There was nothing, it shouldn't have gone off.
Yes, I know, and I know that happens sometimes, so I don't get upset at people in theaters anymore. It's an energy thing.
I don't know, you would know more, but I felt the presence of him there. It was really, really wild. Yeah. Yeah.
Well, people tell me that the book serves as an oracle, so hopefully the film also will transfer some kind of energy to people that opens them up and just starts them or propels them further on their journey.
I felt like the film also gave context and allowed us to see, the book is wonderful, and the film you really just, and I know, Jeff, you felt like you were on the journey. What is your hope and desire for the impact, the reach, the legacy of this film?
I envision it reaching as many people as possible, maybe even millions, because we have the spirit world behind this, so all limits are off. And then I want people to start questioning reality and questioning we call it BS, their belief system, as you know. I want people to question, well, what does this mean for me, and where do I go with this? That's the goal.
That is so powerful. Suzanne, is there anything I didn't ask you that might be coming through you, or spirits sharing with you, or anything about the film or the experience, the process that you'd like to share?
Simply that I hope people will see the way I was able to put the pieces of the puzzle together is a way that we can all learn to live our lives, realizing that synchronicities are meaningful, to start connecting the dots and see how your life starts flowing better as a result of it. So I hope I model that well in the documentary, and that more people will come to know that we are part of this great big web or matrix of creation, and we're co-creators right there with Source.
Beautiful. I thought it was an absolute masterpiece, and I just want to say thank you from the bottom of all of our hearts. This film, so excited for you to watch it and for it to circumnavigate the globe.
Thank you so much.